Knowledge Nexus.
Have you ever wondered how some websites go down suddenly? Or how hackers can disrupt services online? It's often due to dangerous threats like botnets and DDoS attacks. Well, you might have been a victim of a DDoS attack. In this video, we'll explain what botnets and DDoS attacks are, and more importantly, how you can protect yourself from these cyber threats. So buckle up, smash that like button if you haven't already, and let's dive in. Alright, let's break down this whole botnet thing. Imagine a hacker, but instead of just one computer, they control a massive army of infected devices. That, my friends, is a botnet, a network of computers, smartphones, even your smart toaster if you're not careful, all infected with malicious software. These infected devices, we call them bots or zombies. Each bot follows the hacker's instructions, like a mindless soldier in their digital army. The scary part is, you might have a bot on your network right now and not even know it. Hackers are sneaky like that. They spread their botnet malware through phishing emails, malicious downloads, or by exploiting vulnerabilities in your outdated software. Once the malware is in, it's game over. Your device becomes their puppet, part of their botnet army, ready to launch attacks on their command. We're talking about spamming innocent people with thousands of emails, stealing your personal information, or even launching those dreaded DDoS attacks we mentioned earlier. The point is, botnets are a serious threat, and understanding how they work is the first step to protecting yourself. It's like knowing your enemy on the digital battlefield. In the next chapter, we'll unravel the mystery of DDoS attacks and see how these botnet armies are unleashed upon the world. Okay, remember those website crashes we talked about? That's often a DDoS attack in action. DDoS stands for Distributed Denial of Service, which sounds complicated, but it's actually quite simple. Imagine you have a shop, and suddenly, thousands of people show up all at once, blocking the entrance, overwhelming your staff, and preventing actual customers from getting in. That's what a DDoS attack does to a website. Hackers use their botnet army to flood a target website or online service with an overwhelming amount of traffic. Think of it like a million bots all trying to access a website at the same time. This massive influx of traffic overloads the server, causing it to slow down, crash, or become completely inaccessible to legitimate users. It's like cutting off the oxygen supply to a website. Without visitors, it can't function. Now, why would anyone do this? Well, hackers have their reasons. Sometimes it's about revenge, activism, or just plain old cyber vandalism. Other times it's about extortion, trying to hold a website hostage until they pay up. Whatever the reason, DDoS attacks are a major pain. They disrupt businesses, cause financial losses, and deny users access to essential online services. DDoS attacks are a real threat, and it's only a matter of time before you or someone you know experiences one firsthand. Now you might be thinking, DDoS attacks really that big of a deal? Oh, you bet they are. Let me tell you about one of the most famous DDoS attacks in history. It targeted GitHub back in 2018. GitHub, for those who don't know, is like the holy grail for developers. It's where they store their code, collaborate on projects, the whole shebang. Well, some clever hackers decided to unleash the fury of a massive botnet on them. We're talking a whopping 1.35 terabits of data per second. To put that into perspective, that's like downloading the entire Netflix library in a second. It was absolute chaos. GitHub was knocked offline for a short period, sending shockwaves through the tech world. It was a stark reminder that even the giants of the internet are vulnerable to these attacks. And this wasn't an isolated incident. DDoS attacks have taken down banks, government websites, news outlets, you name it. They're a constant threat, and the scary part is they're only getting bigger and more frequent. So, the next time you see a website down, don't just shrug it off. There's a good chance it's under a DDoS attack, a victim of a botnet army wreaking havoc. Chapter 4. Update, update, update. Your first line of defense. Alright, enough with the scary stories. Let's talk solutions. Protecting yourself from botnets and DDoS attacks might seem daunting, but it's easier than you think, and it all starts with one crucial step: keeping your software updated. I know, update reminders can be annoying, but trust me, they are your best friends. You see, those updates aren't just about adding fancy new features or changing the color of your app icons. They often contain crucial security patches. Think of it like this. Your software is like a fortress, and hackers are constantly trying to find weaknesses, cracks in the walls to exploit. Security updates are like patching up those cracks, reinforcing the walls, and keeping the bad guys out. Outdated software is like leaving the door to your fortress wide open, an invitation for hackers to waltz right in and infect your device with their botnet malware. So, I can't stress this enough. Update everything. Your operating system, your web browsers, your apps, everything. Enable automatic updates whenever possible so you don't have to worry about it. It's like having a digital security guard working 24/7, making sure your devices are always protected. Chapter 5. Passwords and two-factor authentication double the trouble for hackers. Alright, so you've updated everything, but your work isn't done yet. Let's talk about passwords, the gatekeepers of your digital life. And no, password 123 doesn't count as a strong password. Look, I get it. Remembering a million different passwords is a pain. But using weak or easily guessable passwords is like leaving your front door unlocked. It's practically begging hackers to come in and wreak havoc. A strong password should be at least 12 characters long, with a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. And don't even think about using the same password for multiple accounts. That's like using the same key for your house, your car, and your office. But even the strongest passwords can be compromised. That's where two-factor authentication, or 2FA, comes in. It's like adding a second lock to your door, an extra layer of security that makes it way harder for hackers to get in. With 2FA enabled, even if someone gets their hands on your password, they'll still need a second form of verification, usually a code sent to your phone or email to access your account. So, do yourself a favor and enable 2FA on all your important accounts: email, social media, banking, everything. Chapter 6. Secure your network. Don't let your router become a zombie. We've covered software updates and strong passwords, but there's one more crucial piece of the puzzle: securing your network. Think of your home network as your digital fortress. You wouldn't leave the gates open for just anyone to walk in, right? Your Wi-Fi router is like the gatekeeper of your network, and if it's not properly secured, it's an open invitation for hackers to turn your devices into bots and unleash their DDoS attacks. First things first, change the default password on your router. Seriously, those default passwords are ridiculously easy to guess. Use a strong and unique password, just like you would for any other important account. Next up, enable Wi-Fi encryption. This ensures that all the data transmitted between your devices and the router is scrambled, making it virtually impossible for hackers to intercept and steal your information. And while you're at it, consider enabling a guest network on your router. This creates a separate network for your guests to use, keeping your main network and devices safe from potential threats. It's also a good idea to regularly check your router's logs for any suspicious activity. Think of it like checking the security cameras around your fortress. If you see anything fishy, you can take action immediately. And there you have it, folks. We've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding the dangers of botnets and DDoS attacks, to learning how to protect yourself and your devices. Don't let hackers hijack your online life. Update your software, use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and secure your network. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more cybersecurity tips on our channel.